Hello, and welcome back to Marvel Puzzle Quest with me, P.I. McLeod. And I like the way they look at the daily logins like this. A couple nice ones lined up like there, you know? I just got a 10-day heroic pack on 3062. You know, just some nice things coming up ahead. It's also holds me in suspense when you see 3069 has something. It's like 3070's right there. Does it mean it's going to be something? I don't know. I always have to wait. It's suspense. Anyways, what are we here for today? Not much, to be quite honest. Just to crash the Titans. Talk about Crystal for just a quick second, though. I mean, she's the new 5-star. Just came out. I mean, you probably know already, but I mean, you can get her, maybe. You know, if you got a 1 in 250 chance of pulling her out of the store, but you know, it's there. Unless you really want to go all in and pay a lot more for a 1 in 166 chance, you know, but it depends on how much you value her and how much you value your own money, because obviously it's going to take some money or a lot of time and grinding like moi to make some extra HP. Right now it doesn't look like I have a lot of extra HP, and to be quite honest, I don't. I don't know. I've hit a little bit of a slump lately. It'll come back shortly because I am just about to pull these taco vaults soon. I like to pull them when I get up to 600 in a vault, and that's going to make my HP shoot up a good amount. But anyways, enough of that. Crystal. You might recognize her and this ability, some say the world, from Lockjaw. Lockjaw has Crystal in one of his powers, and it is some say the world. Of course, it's a little different here. Lockjaw has like the a lesser version of what some people's themes and powers are. Anyways, so this power, you know, looks pretty good. Unleashes mayhem and destruction, deals damage, and creates strike, protect, and attack tile of a certain strength. Kind of reminds me of Nico. You know, her purple for like a cheap price made one of each. You know, that trifecta thing that basically starts passively going after a while. Anyways, but then the passive states for Crystal's base match damage is increased by X amount. Well, in this case, we'll say it's a small amount for each type of friendly special tile on the board. That includes strike, protect, attack, countdown, repeater, and invisibility. There's 6 different types there. In other words, you're only going to get 6 increases on your match damage, but this is base match damage. And remember that this is only base level 255. We don't get to see what the big increase is going to be until we level her up some. Of course, you could probably preview it online. You find it somewhere if you look hard enough. But point is, this is going to be where some people might build around this. Strike, protect, and attack tiles, you can find those almost anywhere. I mean, she makes a couple of them herself. The harder ones are going to be countdowns and repeaters and invisibility. You can get countdowns and repeaters out of some people like Iceman. 5-star Iceman does both of those. Goblin can help out with the countdowns for sure. You know what? Let's just stop theorizing. There's plenty of people that can make all these things. Invisibility is going to be the hardest one, though. There's not too many characters that put out an actual invisibility tile anymore. Invisibility tiles, they're the ones that look like a little bullseye pattern. It's like a little circular pattern. Invisible Woman makes them. Miles Morales makes them. There's more, but I mean, point is, most people that go invisible nowadays, it's invisibility on a timer, like I'm trying to remember her name right now. I can't think of the name right now. But okay, let's use a different example. Onslaught. Onslaught goes invisibility, but his is based on trap tiles. You match a trap tile, he comes back. That's not an invisibility tile. So you have to, if you really want to maximize this, you're gonna be hard pressed to find a team that puts all 6 of them together and makes it work. I'm not saying it's not possible. You can probably find a few teams to do it. It's not going to be constantly there. Anyways, moving on. Elemental Affinity. For 6 green, let's see, choose an element, which you're going to get like a little menu of 4 elements when you do this, the 4 basic elements. Do some damage to the enemy team, and it's only 6, so it's kind of nice and cheap. Power's passive effects change based on the chosen element. Default is fire. So fire, Let's see. Whenever you make a red match, you deal some extra permanent damage. In other words, that's that not unhealable damage. There's a little red mark in the health bar. Earth makes it so whenever you make a green match, you improve a random friendly strike, protect, or attack tile. That's kind of nice. Kind of reminiscent of Ultron in some ways. Now as Hive Mind starts doing that once you get 5 or more specials out there. Air, which whenever you make a yellow match, you create 3 random charge tiles. That'd be really helpful for certain characters like, I don't know, Storm. She deals with those things a good amount. Black Bolt. Obviously, still a lot of the 4-star charge people that came out, like Loki and Throg, stuff like that. Anyways, and then water. Whenever you make a blue match, Crystal restores some health. Probably the least impressive one, because I mean, unless you're gonna have her tank. That would be the nice thing if you built her around match damage on the red power. If you use this, built her all based on match damage, her match damage is gonna make her tank. And if you choose blue for this, it'll make sure that since she's tanking, she's gonna get health back when you make those blue matches. It's not a bad use of it, to be quite honest. But then you can think of it on the flip side. Fire is permanent damage. If you're going to have her tank, she could be just outright killing people too. Depends on how you think about it, right? And then finally, Inhuman Ambassador, the pure passive ability that she has. Whenever the enemy makes a match, if they have AP more than you in that color, grant a burst of health to the team. Once again, more healing. Inhuman allies get an extra burst. Whenever the enemy makes a match 4 or greater, also generate an AP in that color. So healing when the enemy makes a match if they have more AP than you in that color, and you gain AP when they make a match 4 or greater. Kind of Mockingbird-esque, If you had her and Mockingbird on the same team, the enemy makes a match 4, you're going to get 3 AP out of that. That's pretty cool, right? You're going to get 2 from Mockingbird and 1 from this. Just kind of thinking out loud here. There's a couple different ways to look at that power, but I like the whole ability to gain a burst of health, gain some AP on the side. But I will admit, the only thing you get at higher levels is extra burst healing. So I don't really know if that's that big of a deal. Like, maybe I'd put it up here if I plan on other people tanking. Let's just say you put, like, you plan on Odin or Colossus, or, you know what I'm saying? Anyone else tanking, maybe you go keep it at 5, because then you're going to keep them healthy. But if she's going to tank, you're probably going to put it at 3 and put the other 2 at 5. That one red and green at 5. Once again, I'm just thinking out loud. You build her how you want. This is just my thoughts. I kind of saw her kit and I thought it was interesting, so I was taking notes and thinking, what would I do if I get enough covers for her? Anyways, move on, right? Right, move on. Deadpool Daily, Crash the Titans. Who is it? This is the last day of it, by the way. I'm a little behind, but hey, I've had some busy time, busy work, busy weekend. It's all fun stuff. Don't worry. It's not like I'm sick this time. Namor. I'm going to say right now, I'm not threatened. Unlike last time where Elektra can beat Spider-Woman in a one-on-one fight, and I know it didn't happen, but still, I've seen it happen more often than not. Namor is the opposite. Namor has these 3 abilities, which, while they are strong, they're also high AP demand. He needs to get a good amount of AP to actually get those off. If he does get that amount of AP and he does fire them off, I might be in trouble, if only because they're powerful. They actually hurt a good amount. But beyond that, I'm not really expecting much. He doesn't have a lot of abilities that are worth writing home about. He's got one that relies on the amount of blues on the board. It'll create a bunch of blues, and then based on the amount of blues left on the board after the creating and cascading is done, it does team damage. There's another one that actually throws up a trident shape on the board, and it destroys all the tiles in that shape. It's nice. Oh yeah, his black one, I forgot. It does some damage, just raw damage to a person, but also gives that team 1 black AP. It's kind of strange, but anyways, it's not like he has a kit that does anything. Like, there's no passives to worry about. There's no synergy. Yeah, that's what it is. So you don't really have a ton of teams that scream out, Namor is my chosen partner. He's kind of a solo guy for the most part. I mean, unless you get someone to exclusively feed him, but then why aren't you feeding other people that are better team players? That's just my thoughts. Namor, gotta go against him. Here we go. With the Human Torch, it's the whole fire versus water shtick. If I was not running the match, if I was just letting the AI fight the AI, my money is still on Human Torch. He's got a lot of good abilities, and I'm not saying he's meta, because he's not, but let's just look at the kit. First off, I'm going to start at the bottom. His yellow, Burning Persistence. It's a passive that states whenever an ally, so not himself, whenever an ally fires a power, fortify 3 friendly repeaters and create a strength 390 yellow strike tile. Nice. That's good stuff. It really is. 3 fortified repeaters. So, in other words, you kind of want repeaters to be out there. He does make some. We'll get to that in a moment. But friends that fire repeaters too, they're in good hands with him. And that yellow strike tile is nothing to, turn up your nose at. That's a decent, strong yellow strike tile for a 4-star character. Green is awesome. Why don't I have it at 5? We'll get to that in a moment. Creates a 1-turn green repeater tile that deals some damage to a random enemy. Passive. At the start of your turn, if there's at least one of these repeaters on the board, create an additional 1-turn green repeater tile. In other words, just putting one of these out there, they're going to start multiplying turn after turn after turn after turn. Okay? It's not fortified, but it is a repeater, hence Burning Persistence comes into play. Okay? You just need an ally to cast an ability to fortify them. Finally, there's the red, which I put at 5 for a reason. Destroys all friendly repeater tiles, dealing damage and generating AP, and dealing damage to the enemy team. The damage to the enemy team is increased by blah for each repeater tile destroyed. Do you see a cap? I don't. It's because there is none. He's one of the few characters out there that does not have a cap. There's no max 6 tiles or max 8 tiles or max 9 hits or whatever. It just has no cap. You can have as many repeaters as you want out there and it will do that damage to the enemy team. So once again, that repeats itself and keeps creating itself up to 4 of them on the board. But if you see how it only costs 6 green, you could fire it again after you have 4 of them on the board and it'll create another one. Now you have 5. If you want to throw it up to here, like rank 4 or higher, it has maximum 5, so casting again could make you a 6th one. And then you can make a 7th one and an 8th one as long as you have the green to pay for it. If anyone else is making repeaters, I don't know, say Lizard. Thinking about it, that purple of his, remember, makes 4 repeaters and it only costs 7 purple to make it. Shoot. That's a lot of repeaters. And this does what? Team damage? Plus that for each repeater tile on the board? For only 8 red? Have I ever told you that I like Human Torch with Lizard and Shuri as a teammate? All those fortified tiles that he's making with Burning Persistence make Shuri's passive triggers, making everything cheaper. And then all of a sudden, this red only costs 5. And then you have Lizard's repeaters that are out there on the board, which are fortified every turn. And Human Torches are fortified whenever he does his Burning Persistence thing. So that when you fire Blaze Beyond Control, you destroy them, but you don't, because you just get rid of the fortifications, really. So you just do the damage to the enemy team, and all the repeaters are still there. And by the way, it only costs you 5 red to do that. And this thing only costs you 3 green because of Shuri, and etc., etc., etc. Telling you, there's some fun teams out there. Anyways, Human Torch versus Namor. No boosts. Let's go. Fire versus water. Animations on. Let's get them. I need reds and I need greens. And I see a few different things that I can make. Let's take this black away from him. And I'll take that green match 5. Thank you very much. And I'd be silly if I don't fire this off as soon as I can. I know he needs greens too, and he's probably going to take that away from me. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to leave that match 4 of yellow at the bottom because he's going to take it. I mean, sure, I could do it for the damage, but what do I care? He's going to take it and make 1 green and 1 black off of it and basically waste a chance to get rid of my wildfire tile. So, yeah, let him do that. And now, see, now there's 2 of them. Thank God I didn't destroy that thing. He might have matched those greens first if I didn't. To be fair, I should have turned his yellow down to 3 and his green up to 5 because I have no allies right now. You know, when an ally fires a power. So since I have no allies, to be fair, I actually did this kind of incorrect, but it's okay. We'll get by. I'm not too worried about it. Okay, so I'm at a max of wildfire tiles, but I'm doing that chip damage every turn. Now I can fire this again, get another one out there, because why not? There's my red I need. I'll just take that, thank you very much. And it's about to be game over. Because, you know, I got 5 repeaters out there. Bye-bye. Fun thing you didn't see, when an ally fires off a power, his burning persistence triggers, and his visual there changes to being on fire. I always thought that was kind of cool that his actual look changes. Anyways, that was that. I hope that helps somehow, some way, some form. By the way, and also enjoy the balancing act mode in Lost in Time. That story thing here, I love this one. I don't know about you, but it's the whole point that everyone's powered up. Your whole entire team is super. Your whole roster is awesome. Use them, have fun with them, think outside the box. There's so many different things you could do in this game when everyone is leveled out. So have fun with it. Just take advantage of things you got. Anyways, that's what I got this time. We'll probably have to run something, some sort of, I don't know, extra session soon. And then by extra session, I mean like probably a poll session. Because what? She's going to hit her own latest, her own special 5-star store. I don't know if you knew that, but Crystal's coming to a 5-star store with Storm and Iceman with her. You know, the whole elemental thing. So what do I got? 678 CP right now. That plus whatever I make between now and then are all going to get spent towards her. So I hope you tune in for it. And of course, I hope I pull plenty and plenty of Crystal if I can. Storm and Iceman are already champed, but hey, I'll take bonus champ levels. Why not? So that's about it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Later.